Hello everybody on YouTube. Sorry I have been away for a little while. I need to give you guys a quick update. I'll make this down and dirty if I can, even though there's a lot to talk about. I want to make sure that you guys get an opportunity to get in on this auction that I'm having right now. I was recently, one of my saws was reviewed by Fine Woodworking magazine, and I've been kind of really involved with Instagram more than YouTube lately, which is, I'm neglecting you guys and I'm sorry, but Instagram is just, it's easier for me to post stuff, and I started this auction to auction off the saw that was featured in the magazine, and all the proceeds are going to go to benefit Treehouse for Kids. It's a nonprofit organization in Seattle that helps foster care kids, and they have this warehouse where the kids can go in there a couple times a year and just really pick up whatever they need, shoes, clothing, backpacks, that kind of stuff, and they can get it for free. And it's an awesome service that they provide. So the auction right now, the high bid is at $500. The auction ends this Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to get in on that, email me, or if you have Instagram or want to look for me, BearKat Wood on Instagram, and follow along with that. It's been really cool. So there's been a lot that has happened. I think the last video I did was the interview that I did last year. I finally got around to editing it and put it out. It didn't get as many views as I was hoping. I know it's kind of long and the quality of audio and video really wasn't the best, but it is well worth the watch. So if you get a chance, go back and watch that, because he has some really awesome stuff to talk about. As far as what's been going on here, I was almost done with the remodel, and I thought, well, I'm just going ahead, I'm going to go ahead and take orders and start working again. And that was a mistake, because I still have wires hanging down in the machine room that have only tried to strangle me twice. And a lot of the remodeling hasn't gotten done, and I don't know when it's going to get done, because I am swamped with orders, which is good. I like working. But I want to be able to produce some videos for you guys as well. I have some ideas on different things, and I will try to get caught up on stuff so that I can pump that out. And thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You guys have been awesome, sitting through a month and a half of me not doing anything. I'll try to make it up to you and pump out a whole bunch of videos coming this year. So I have started making saws again, and in fact I'm in the thick of it. Like I said, I got a saw reviewed in Fine Woodworking, and earlier this year in Popular Woodworking they did a review on my card scrapers. And right now I have a sale going on some of the card scrapers that have blemishes and defects on them, half price. And I also have solid carbide burnishers for sale on the website, and there's a kit and all kinds of stuff. So go ahead and check out the website. So the last video that I did, I think, was the video on the little tool cabinet holders. Since then, I got an order for some bar stools for a person up in Colorado, and they wanted a little bit like Malufian and kind of Scandinavian design, kind of off design. They were looking for something different, and so I came up with this crazy idea, drew it on a piece of paper and sent it to them, and was stupid enough not to make any plans or anything and just went to town. I didn't videotape any of it. There's no video for that, so all you have to go off of is these pictures that I have here. They turned out really nice. I was really happy with them. They're maple and walnut, and I had to run dehumidifiers in here for a month with my heater going full blast, trying to get this place as low in the humidity area as I could, because they were going to go to the high mountains of Colorado in the middle of winter. And we were kind of worried that they were going to get up there and just completely tear themselves apart. So far so good. From what I've heard, everything's holding up good. So then I started working on saws. I started taking orders for saws, and through Instagram, I instantly had orders that took me into summer. And then this review in Fine Woodworking came out, so now I'm all the way into September, maybe October for saw orders. But if you'd like to get in, I'm gonna stop taking saw orders for this next year. within the month, probably within a month from now, I'll stop taking orders on those, because I do want to get around to some fun ideas for woodworking that I have too. I published a design that I did on Instagram for a tea cabinet that I want to make my wife, and that kind of got some interesting comments. It's over the top, but like I said before, anything worth doing is worth overdoing. So I like embellishment. I like playful design, and I like really over the top things, obviously, with the tree cabinet and all the kind of crap that I like. So I want to get to that. And the other thing I want to do, I need to do, is it's a carving workbench for my wife's area over there. It's going to be a fun design. It's going to be, I think, about a 3 foot wide by maybe 2 foot deep workbench with an end vise. And that's going to be the only vise. It's just an end vise. And maybe some cabinets underneath, and it's going to be fun. Trust me, the leg design on this workbench is nothing compared to what I have planned for that thing. So that should be a cool one. And I have some other little small project things. Like recently, I bought a planer, and I got it here. It was kind of an emergency, and I don't know how to say it. It was kind of an emergency, but it was also kind of I want to have one too, and I just needed an excuse. So I picked that up, and we were going to try it out, but it was like early in the morning when we went to the guy's house. He revved up the motor, and I looked it over really good, and it seemed to work fine. I got it here, it wouldn't cut at all. So I started going through it, and I looked at it, and the guy, he just did not know how to set the machine up. So I want to go through, and I want to talk about really setting your machines up really good. Your table saw, your planer, whatever tool you have, setting it up so it runs as optimum as best as possible. And that makes a world of difference. I mean, you can have a great tool, but if it's not set up properly, it's not going to work right. And you're going to be disappointed with the results, and you're going to be frustrated with woodworking, and that's not what should happen. You should know how to set it up, and you should know how to use it and take care of it. I'll give you a little tour around the shop, show you what's been going on. So here's the whiteboard that is, that's important if you're going to have a classroom, right? You got to have a chalkboard. And I found a nice old crosscut to put above it. To the left of it is going to be a tool cabinet that will hold a bunch of tools that will be used for visiting woodworkers or students, guests, that kind of thing. These are the 2 workbenches that I threw together, and I'll use them until I get sick of them, and then I'll make some nice ones. These are the compass canes that we got done. They turned out really cool. I like them. We've got it where the CNC makes the heads and in 2 different parts, and we glue them together, and then put a tenon in there, and turn the shafts on the mill, the legacy mill, which this is the new one. This thing is just massive. My old one, I think, was 7 feet overall. It could, no, I don't even think it was 7 feet maybe, but it could turn something close to 4 foot long. This thing will do, I think, 7'6". So I'm thinking, like, 4-poster beds. Man, I can really do some crazy stuff with that, which is fun. There's a couple areas that are still a horrible mess. I got sharpening area is well underway. I have a plan for a fancy briefcase idea that I'm going to make that will hold all my sharpening stones, and you can take it, travel with you. Really fun. Hung up my paper, got my CDs, all my stuff. See, there's some wood, more wood. That's one of the pieces of wood that I found on the beach that is spalted maple, wild grain to it. There's the new planer, stack of junk. There's the old mill. We didn't have the new one to make the fresh batch of canes, so we used the old one. So I don't think that other one, I'm going to have to figure something out to make it fit in here. This pile right here is eventually where there's going to be a nice router table. And I will probably end up having to replace this table saw setup just because this thing is huge. And having classes, I've been highly it's been highly recommended to me that I get a saw stop, which I do not want to do ever, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll bow to that or if I'll just say the saw is off limits to people to keep the insurance down. Another pile of junk. Over here, there's going to be an assembly table. Here, yep. Over here, there's going to be an assembly table for like gluing up stuff. I have a piece of, I don't know what you call it, a piece of melamine stuff that glue won't stick to, which I thought would be great for the top. And I'll keep all the glue and some clamps and stuff right there so that you don't have to worry about getting glue on top of the workbenches. When I got the new drill press, I went through and I advertised the old drill press that we had. I was gonna sell it off, and then I realized after it didn't sell for about a week that how nice it is to have two. I'm really spoiled. I don't have to jump back and forth and do a setup and stuff. So I have this nice big workspace, nice big shop to work in, and I've decided to remand myself for the remainder of the year to this small little cubby in the corner. So I have this nice big workspace, nice big shop to work in, and I've decided to remand myself for the remainder of the year to this small little cubby in the corner. And it got overgrown really fast. So I need to try and go through and organize it a little better. One of the nice things that we just got was the little sandpaper strips. This is usually for wood turners, but for sanding saw handles, that thing, it's great. It works awesome. I got a BearKat. It's a really old saw setter. It's really cool. I love that thing. And here's the boxes. Been going through a lot of boxes. These are the boxes for the canes. This will probably do a couple years worth of orders. And I think I'm gonna make shelving that'll go in that corner right there to hold all the boxes. I've got a press that I use. I have it set up so that I can fold brass backs, and I have a stamp that I use to stamp the backs. Let's see if I have one that's stamped. Well, here, I'll just, magic, how do you like that? So I can stamp the backs, and Tony Rouleau back in New York, he started engraving some sawed bolts for me to have my little logo on them, which are kind of fun. Usually I do the wood medallion, but I really like the engraved as well. I'll probably do a larger version of the engraving medallion. Here's all my metal. I keep it all just rolled up, and I just roll it off of there into the cutter, and I have this magic little guy where I can slip the plate into here, and I lock that down for however long I want them to be. Snip them off. I'll take it over, run it through a tooth cutter, and then I can go on and fit it to the handle and do everything I need to do. And I have the ratchet bar up there. I made this little, these hold handles while I'm putting finish on them. I made this little card file holder for keeping all the saw orders in place. These are all saw backs. Back here, those are folded. These are all slotted. It's a mess. But hey. So to finish off my little update here, I want you guys, if you can, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and get involved in, if not this auction, I'm going to have future auctions for tools and whatnot, maybe classes, and I don't know, all kinds of stuff I'll come up with. I like helping out charities that benefit kids. That's a big thing for me. And if you get a chance, go ahead and check out the magazines that I was featured in. Thank you for watching. I'll try and be a little more active, especially for you Patreon guys. Thank you for all your help. And I will try and pump out some more videos so that you guys have something to do. I mean, I don't want you to be bored. All right? Until then, take care. Bye.